Welcome, welcome, welcome back to Real Talk Tea, and I have some real tea for you. The news just keeps on coming. Every day there's something going on politically, uh, just news all around. But we're going to hit it. I have several stories for you I want to point out for you today, and the first one being, you remember the debate between our president elect Donald Trump and Kamala when he was talking about the Haitian people eating the cats. Well, part of what he said was incorrect, but the main piece was correct. As of yesterday, Alexis Farrell, black female from Canton, Ohio, was sentenced to 30 months in jail for doing just that, eating the cat. She's a native of Ohio. She wasn't from Springfield. She wasn't from wasn't from Haiti, but she's from Canton, and they arrested her yesterday. Well, she's been in jail, I believe, all this time, or perhaps on bail, but she is in jail today. And they sentenced her to 30 months in jail for animal cruelty. And the judge who booked her was so disgusted. He said that he's never seen anything like this. She is an embarrassment to the state of Ohio. And it's an embarrassment to us, we the people. So Trump wasn't telling a lie. We all knew it at the time. All of us that are delving in to the news and staying abreast of everything that's going on, that's not relying on legacy media, we know where the real news is. And at the time, there was proof out there. He wouldn't have went out there on that stage and embarrassed himself and didn't have proof. So here lies the proof. She ate the cat. Alexis Farrell, 27 years old. She pleaded guilty to animal cruelty, and she is at the beginning of her 30 months. Do you think 30 months is fair? I mean, what could you, I don't know. My pets, my dogs and my cats are like family members to me. So to me, it is murder to an animal, poor thing. But Trump was right on time, right on schedule of what he was talking about. The fact was, a human did eat a cat. And in other news, Fani Willis from Atlanta, Georgia, has been ordered to release all communications with Jack Smith and the J6 committee. She's dirty. Her hands are in too many pots. She's screwing up royally. But she was announced. She was told and ordered to release all communication with Jack Smith and the J6 committee regarding, and all of this is also surrounding the RICO case against Trump. And like the rest of the cases, trumped up charges against Trump, they are slowly but surely being dropped right now. There may be one or two that have been adjourned until after he gets out of office, but hell, he'll be damn near 100th in. So I do anticipate in the future, eventually, they too will be dropped. But the violations that they have on her with this is that she violated federal law by failing to produce information, the request records, or at least to them. She had a deadline, and the deadline was April 10th. So she played dumb and pretended like, oh, I didn't know, or I didn't have, or I forgot. Well, Too late, lady. They want the information now. And also with the YSL case, Young Slug or whatever his name is, she done screwed and botched that up. So she's claiming that the YSL case is just another criminal conspiracy. But she is screwing her royally, and I do hope that the charges here in Atlanta, Georgia, standing against Donald Trump will also be dropped. We know, the one of us that are in the know, we know that the 2020 election was stolen. We know that. But that's water under the bridge for right now. But Trump has a plan for that too. Once he gets into office, is sworn in January 20th. He's not going to let that go. If you haven't heard the news about Facebook man, he has come clean. He has said that the Biden-Harris administration had a lot to do with him being banned from Facebook. They shadow banned any advertisements and things of that nature during the presidency, the running in 2020, which put the Biden-Harris campaign in the forefront. He admitted to that because Trump said, if you don't, you're going to do life in prison for corruption. So he has come clean about that. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. So Zuckerberg is working with Trump because he don't want his ass to go down. And now we got Fani Willis. There's no telling what's going to happen to her, but I guarantee that these RICO charges and things of that nature will be dropped as well here in Atlanta, Georgia. We could put all of that crap behind us and we can move forward and get ready for January 20th inauguration, which is going to be held, I think, on Martin Luther King's birthday, or designated day of celebration. So that's wonderful too. So we do have a lot of things to look forward to in 2025 going forward. We still have this Putin and this WW3 thing in the back of our brains and our minds, wondering from what day to the next what's going to pop off, if any. We know President Trump's plans with the tariffs and all that stuff. So we just have to wait and see. And like I said, news is just every minute is popping off. So I'll do my best to hit the headlines. I'm going to try to do a schedule Monday, Wednesday, Friday, at least to get down and dirty with what's most important, what I think is important, and I want to relate to you. So we covered the cat eating lady. We covered Fani Willis. She's in trouble and she must release all communication with Jack Smith, all the communication with J6's committee. Because, it was out months ago that she visited the Capitol around that time frame of all of the J6ers, and she lied and said she hadn't. And they sign a book when you come in, a ledger, and they found all of that. How can you lie knowing it's just like the internet, even though we know the internet is slowly being erased of everything? But when you have placed yourself in a situation, or you placed yourself at a place of business, there's either cameras, there's ledgers, there's somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that knows you've been there. So there's always a way to backtrack and prove and find this information out. So why she lied, I don't know. Just to buy herself some time, which it didn't take much time to discover that she was lying in the first place. And she was there at the Capitol of Washington during this time frame of the J6s when she lied and said she wasn't. So now the Fed says, hey, you better produce this or your ass gonna be behind bars. And maybe she'll get a sale over there with Harvey Weinstein, and that's our next story. Harvey Weinstein, 72 years old, you know, he's doing time in Rikers Island, and he has complained and complained and complained, and he's been getting sick. I think he's had 2 hospitalizations, and the last one was, you know, he went in sick, and he has some bloodborne disorder they have discovered, and they're saying because the conditions of the jail are inhumane. Okay, isn't that the whole point? You're not supposed to go to jail and be on vacation. And why is it a problem? Because you are in there. What about the people that are already in there? If you do the crime, damn it, you do the time. Period. With the T. So he's whining. That's why his name is Harry Weinstein. He's whining about the conditions of the jail. They are as they should be. And you didn't get special privileges. So you see what everybody else who are in there, inmates locked up, are seeing. You're being treated just like everybody else, but it wasn't a problem when it wasn't you in there. It's not a problem when it's not your family in there. As long as you are out and free and doing what you do, the out of sight is out of mind. It appears. But you did the crime, so you do the time. It's a lot. I used to work in the jail industry. And it's not right, it's not fair, and there's a lot of shit that go down in there. But hey, you wouldn't be in there if you weren't supposed to be in there. Unfortunately, you didn't get pardoned like Hunter Biden. His ass should be in there. Have you seen on X and probably some other platforms the pictures that are circulating about Hunter? And that's our next topic. Again, because I spoke on it in a video, in my last video. He is just ridiculous. He has pornographic pictures on there of himself, of women. I mean, it's, oh my goodness. If you haven't seen it, check out X. They're circulating everywhere. And he is an embarrassment to our nation. Hunter Biden. His dad is out there pleading the fact, oh, as a father, it has absolutely nothing to do with that. Because for one, if you raised your children right, they know right from wrong. 2, he's an adult. He's a grown-ass man that should be fending for himself. And as a parent, if your child goes to jail and gets locked up and you know he did wrong, there's proof he did wrong, he actually admitted to doing wrong, and you still get him out, what lesson are you teaching them as a child, as a teenager, as an adult? At some point, you have to be responsible for yourself. It is what it is. You have to be responsible for yourself. So as a father, you still effing up. You still effing up. But I believe that this is not the end of it. He thinks that he is all covered and all of this stuff for 11-year span from, I think, 2014 through 2025. Why did it go to 2025? That leads me to believe, that there's something else that's bound to come out to cover that end point of that time frame. But I think there's something else in the bag that may get him. He may not be off scot-free as of yet. But if he is, Joe Biden has showed his ass to everybody, to our entire nation. He has showed us that power of the pen is real. He has showed us that as a father, he's not doing a great job because you're not teaching him, Hunter, nothing. He should not, if he know his son is wrong, he should not be getting him out of jail. It has nothing to do with him being treated unfairly and unjust and all of that crap. It has absolutely nothing to do with that. He did this to try to cover himself, for one, because he is also tied into it. So do we wait to see if he's going to pardon himself? Can he? But anyway, I want to talk to you now about him taking a vacation over in Africa, Angola to be exact. There's something that Africa is holding over Biden's head for him to give them $1 billion donation. And he's saying this is a humanitarian aid to another country now for the people over there who have suffered major droughts. What about this last hurricane? What about the people in North Carolina? What about their humanitarian aid? What the hell is $750 that you have to qualify for first? And if you do, you have to pay it back. What about us? So, Joe, you need to hurry up and go lay your head flat in the sand, face down like a duck, because you should be ashamed of yourself, and because you're showing we the people, our nation, where your mind is. You are showing us that we are not first. You're steadily giving money to Ukraine. North Carolina is still in a shit show. But you're still sending money out of the country and not spending money here at home on your own doorstep. And you wonder why Trump won by a landslide? Even if Trump can't and doesn't do all he said to do, at least he's playing the part like he cares and like he wants to. But this is not over. This is just the beginning. Oh, it's the beginning every day. I wake up and I watch and I look and I seek and see what's next coming off the Trump train. This is Real Talk Tea for you, and I'll see you next time. Peace, love, and light.